Hey everyone, I'm back with another video, and in this video we are unpacking some fountain pen supplies. I have been wanting to invest in some nicer writing supplies as I dive into finding a nicer handwriting style. After I fell down the very dark Hobonichi rabbit hole on YouTube, it was time for me to consider what utensils to try out with those products. I'm still waiting for my Hobonichi order, but while we wait, I wanted to familiarize myself more with fountain pens and the different supplies that accompany. First, we have carbon ink from Platinum. Even though I've worked with different types of inks for dip pens and brushes, I was kind of unsure which fountain pen ink would best suit me. I want something that is water resistant at the very least and dries somewhat quickly. Platinum carbon ink seemed to check off all of those boxes. Next on the list was a converter, which was simple to find since I already knew what type of pen I wanted to use. This is the Lamy Refill Converter Z24. With one of the pens, there were 5 extra black ink cartridges that were included. The fountain pens that I decided to try are the Lami Safari in charcoal with an extra fine nib and a hot red 16F. Which I believe is also an extra fine nib, but I'm not sure. I assure you everything will be linked in the description below. To put the carbon ink into the charcoal Lami Safari, I made sure that I had one of my watercolor and ink rags available, just in case there was any spillage. Disassembling the pen was so very simple to do. Since this was my first time, I wanted to go very slow and steady, but this process was so easy that I know it'll be faster in the future. Next, I twisted the top of the converter until the bar was fully at the bottom, inserted the converter into the bottom portion of the pen with the nib, and I made sure it was secure. I held the pen completely vertical in the ink and then twisted the red part of the converter until it was completely full. It was as simple as that. Now it's time for the tests. I'm primarily going to be using my pens in my handwriting journals. However, I wanted the option to use one of the pens for watercolor sketches on the go. Here I am testing out on pretty regular paper. Not exactly sure the GSM or any of the specs, but it feels pretty much like printer paper. This is a weekly schedule from Paige Poppy here on YouTube. I'll be sure to link her socials down below. The pens felt very natural to use, and the ink flow from both were incredibly smooth and pigmented. I did 2 smudge tests. One was right after the nib left the paper. The second, I waited 5 seconds before touching. I was completely shocked at how fast the carbon ink dried, and now I can't wait to try this on the Hobonichi Tombow River paper. This is one of the sketchbooks I'm currently using. It's a Honolulu watercolor sketchbook, so I decided to try out some blind contour studies. The left is my cat, Mr. Winston, and the right one is kind of a plant. Yeesh. Then came the water tests, and to my delight, the carbon ink is not only water resistant, but actually pretty waterproof. Like I expected, the Lamy ink was not. I used my Creative Inspirations round brush in case the ink stained the bristles. I'm so glad I did, because it did. I really hope you enjoyed my quick unboxing and tests for these supplies. Like and subscribe if you want to, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!